Hello and welcome to episode number 46 on the Online Trainers Podcast. Today's topic is, do you know why people really buy from you? Hello and welcome to the Online Trainers Podcast, where we go behind the scenes to uncover the latest tactics and strategies top trainers around the world are using to get more clients, dominate their marketplace, and get their clients amazing results. There is absolutely no fluff here. I'm your host, Lynn Trim. Now, I've chosen to do today's topic because by the time you listen to this, I should be in Boise at a mastermind meeting with one of my mentors, Russell Brunson, and 25 other entrepreneurs who are doing multiple 7, 8 and 9 figures inside their business, which is absolutely incredible. And that's one thing that I really advocate on this show, is that if you're not surrounding yourself by the right people, then don't expect to get the right results. Don't expect to raise your standards, okay? So if that can be one thing, and if you're listening to this and I'm in Boise in Idaho, I don't even know where that is, but I know that I'm flying into LA from Melbourne, which is a 14-hour flight, and then I think it's about a 3-hour flight from LA, but that should be very, very interesting. And be sure to stay tuned for my Facebook live feeds and stuff, because I will be dropping knowledge bombs on there from everything that I want to learn, because I truly, truly believe in giving back to you. Now, today's topic is really based on something that Russell taught me recently as well. Now, people buy for reasons. People buy for particular reasons, and we know this. People want results. And if you're a personal trainer, and I'm sure you've heard this again because it's so well spread online by business coaches, by other people out there who are trying to coach other trainers to do this whole online training thing, is that people buy results, people buy transformations, they don't buy the benefits. And what I mean by that is, your clients at the moment, they don't care how many times, a very few do, like 1%, but most actually don't care how many times you jump on a Skype call with them, what they're really going to get. They want to feel certain that the system that you can provide can get them the results that they're after. Let me just say that again. They want to feel as though the systems that you have, the program, the transformation program that you have, can get them the results that they're after, okay? And if they don't feel certain with that, then they're not going to buy. Now, we know that people buy not from logic, but they buy from emotions. Now, what does that mean? It means that people, okay, generally make their decisions, right, not based on the benefits and the features, but by, number one, if they trust you enough, okay, but number two, if they see that only your program can get them the results that they're after, okay. And this is going into a bit more psychology. Now, basically, Russell Brunson, my mentor, talks about these two things, right? He talks about the external world and he talks about the internal world. And when personal trainers sell, when anybody sells in general, what most people talk about and what they focus on is the external world. Now, for example, if I'm coaching mums, if I'm a mum's transformation coach, most personal trainers, and let me just put this into perspective for you, some personal trainers sell that, the mums will get one Skype call with them once a week and they'll get unlimited email support, okay? Some other people go a step ahead, okay? And these trainers are the ones that are thriving, and these ones are saying, look, train with me and use my 12-week system and you're going to drop 20 pounds over the next 12 weeks, okay? And I think that's what 99% of the good trainers are doing, right? And what Russell says is that, he's talking about how most people sell from the external world rather than the internal world. And when you start to ask them why, okay, so when I'm asking this mum, hey, why do you want to get into shape? And why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Or why do you want to lose your belly fat? Or why do you want to lose your arm fat? Well, when you start asking why, what's going to happen, okay, what's going to happen is that they're going to come from this external world, and what you're going to do is you're going to start peeling the layers of the onion back and get to the internal world. Okay, and that's what they're feeling on the inside. So for this mum, it's like, well, she just wants to look and feel better. Okay, but why do you want to look and feel better? Well, because she just feels like she doesn't fit into clothes anymore. And you ask, well, why do you want to fit back into your clothes? And she's going to be like, well, I just want to go back to work and I want to feel confident. And then you go, okay, why is that so important to you? And then she's going to say, well, I don't want to be judged, right? I don't want to go to work and feel as though other people are saying, well, look, she's just had a baby. And ultimately, when you keep asking why, you're going to get down to an internal world. And I think for most personal trainers, you may have heard this, okay, But getting down to the why and why they want to change is so important, because if you can connect your program to really fixing their internal world and making them feel good again, they will buy it. Now, this kind of epiphany came to me when Russell told me this, and he was on the phone and he was like, Lynn, look, people don't buy from the external, they buy from the internal. So what is your program solving internally for them? Ultimately, when I thought about this, I thought, okay, well, look, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't feel that connection where I can just ask people that direct question of why, we'd love to, and we'd love to do that. And this is when I had this epiphany, and I call this kind of the metaphor, okay? Because you see, when most personal trainers sell their program, okay, they'll sell the benefits. They'll say, look, this mum's program, I'm gonna help you lose 20 pounds, okay? And when you understand your niche, and this is why I tell you why niching down is so important, is that you understand their pain points and you understand their external pains and their internal pains, okay? The external pains being the fat loss, being the belly, being the arms, being the butt, being the thighs. The internal being that they want to feel sexy with their husband again. They want to feel significant. They want to feel confident at work. These are all the internal pains. And you should have a list of 10, 20, 50, okay? But the only way you can get to this internal world is if you ask them why. Okay, but I want to show you a little trick, or it's a hack where you can bypass the why questions if you're not a psychiatrist, and you can go straight in, okay? You don't have to be a psychiatrist, you don't have to be a psychologist to really dig down and know the why. And that's the use of stories, okay, and using metaphors. Now, most people sell their programs and they say, look, I've got this mum's 12-week program that you can do, and it's 12-week transformation programs for mums. You're going to lose 20 pounds on it, and you're going to look and feel great, and you're going to lose the belly fat. And that's great, okay? And if you're doing that, props to you, because you know what? You could be selling that Skype consult at the moment. You could be selling the benefits and the features, okay? But at least you're selling the outcome, which is great. But you're still focusing on the external pain, okay, which isn't so great, because if you're focusing on the external pain, so is everyone else. And that mum's gonna ask, okay, so what? So, you do this, but also John does this as well. John's 12-week system does this. And the whole point of you listening to this podcast is the fact that I'm gonna help you build freaking legacy. Okay, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can go to that internal pain with your program, because if you can make the prospect feel as though your program solves their internal pain, you're going to sell them. They have no choice but to buy your program, okay? But how do we do that? And it's by the use of metaphors. And what I mean by this is, rather than selling and pitching your program as a 12-week program that's going to help you lose 20 pounds, okay, you're going to pitch this from invisible, like this is a mum's program that turns you from being invisible, because mums have this fear of being invisible, okay? How do you use this metaphor to go, okay, my program, Lynn's system for mums, takes mums and turns them from invisible, right, to getting them ready in that black dress, or some sort of a metaphor, right? But what you want to use is you want to use a metaphor that you can create imagery inside their head and they can imagine the end result. And so for a mum, if she can imagine herself being in a black dress, what does that entail to her and for her? It means that, okay, she's in a nice silky black dress. She's obviously fit, she's lean, she's sexy again. And that metaphor for her, right, that metaphor that she associates with, right, invisible to black dress, she's going, holy crap, this is exactly what I need, this is what I want, right? Or you might be helping corporate guys and they want to feel like Superman, so your program might be something like, well, I help guys become Clark Kent. This is the imagery that you want to be putting out. This is what you have to own. This is the language that you have to own. If you coach athletes online, if you coach athletes and you're a transformation coach and you're a soccer coach, well, you take amateur, right? You take amateur soccer players and you help them become pro. You turn them into pros. And so your program now isn't a strengths program for athletes. It isn't a jumping program or a speed program, because that's still the outcome, but that's the external outcome. Whereas becoming a pro, when you tell them that they're going to become a pro and your program gets them from amateur to pro, what do they think? They think, oh my God, I'm going to become more significant. Everyone's going to want to be around me. Okay, pro athletes always get all the girls, always get all the guys, right? They become the party. And you immediately get to go straight into the internal world without digging into why. And if you can own these words, if you can say, right, this is the black dress project for mums.
And mums are going to be like, what's the black dress project? It's like, well, I'm going to get you looking fantastic in this black dress. Again, this is what we do. What you're trying to do here, you're conveying your message in as little words as possible, but you're impacting them at the greatest level, okay? And I really hope I'm explaining this properly, only because I'm driving into the gym at the moment, but when you can impact them with little words, okay, and simplify it for them, because you're giving them metaphors, and the way people understand things is via metaphors and stories, you're creating a new association for them. Okay, so what does Lynn's soccer program do for soccer players? Well, Lynn's system, nobody else's system, takes the amateur soccer athlete, okay, turns them into pro. As opposed to going, well, Lynn's soccer system helps athletes jump higher, run faster, become stronger. Okay, can you see the difference? And how powerful is that? And once you get this, then the game will absolutely change for you. And I've definitely been using it for the past couple of months, especially because I own a few words. If you can guess which words, then let me know. But I really hope that helps you. Now, if you've had an epiphany moment, let me know. Leave a review on iTunes. Let me know, hey, Lynn, this is an epiphany. I want some training on this. So that way I can put some training, so I can put some content inside the Facebook group, only because I am looking to serve, I'm looking to help you become the ultimate trainer, the ultimate coach inside your niche, inside your field. Okay, and I want you to dominate, and these are the little things that you can do to dominate. So I really hope this opened up your eyes, because as soon as I had my epiphany moment, as soon as Russell told me about the external pain, internal pain, I was like, yeah, that's cool, Russell, but like, I don't want to be a psychologist and psychiatrist and ask why all the time, right? And so I had this epiphany, and I thought, okay, well, what if I use stories? And that was the biggest breakthrough I made. So I hope that gives you the breakthrough, and I'll see you tomorrow, of course, on the Online Trainers Podcast. I can't believe I'm going through 46 episodes. This is crazy, but I really hope you've been enjoying it. If you love the podcast, please do share it with other trainers and coaches who are your friends, because like I said, the most important thing is growing your network and growing your mastermind. And by the time you're listening to this, I'm going to be surrounding myself by millionaires, multimillionaires, and Russell Brunson himself, who has a 9-figure business at the moment. So that's absolutely crazy. But have a fantastic day, and I will chat to you soon.
Alright, if you enjoyed this podcast, please leave me a 5-star review on iTunes, and feel free to leave a review, and that way I can respond and I can take that on board in developing content to serve you. Now, if you're not a part of the Online Trainers Club on Facebook, please do yourself a favor and be a part of the conversation. That's where I add daily tips, tricks, and strategies on how you can build out funnels, how you can get more clients, and ultimately become a better online coach. Thank you for listening.